Hello everyone, it's currently the 11th of April, which is our third week in lockdown, and I'm losing my mind. So I thought I'd make a few videos and occupy my day a little bit. So today, I thought I'd show you what I do on Depop. Depop, for me, is a little side hustle that I have. It's essentially a second job when I did have a job. Unfortunately, lost it. And yeah, it makes me a bit of side cash. It's paid for a few things. It's paid for my drone, it paid for my new laptop, you know, pays for holidays, things like that. Every now and then I get a bit of a influx of cash, and now I'm absolutely smashing Depop because we're in lockdown, everyone's on their phone, and it's the only thing I'm doing at the minute. So I'm gonna make a video on my day Depopping. So obviously, typically, a normal day for me would be, you know, going to the charity shops, potentially somewhere going to car boots to source some stock, but everywhere is closed right now. But I have an abundance of stock that either needs rephotographing or I've only just recently found. So I've just found, I bought a massive wholesale box about 3 months ago and I've not touched it yet, and I've opened it up the other day and now it is like, it's got such good stuff in it. But as with every day, the first thing to do is to make a cup of tea. So let's do that. So this is my Depop. You can see 13,000 followers, which is pretty good, and I've sold 413 items to date. At the minute, I've set up a little studio so I can actually photograph things properly and nicely, instead of, you know, on a green background or an ugly background like this. So typical second, third step of the day would be to check if I've sold any items, and you can see here I've only sold 3 in the last day, but it's still not too bad. So I'll check what I've sold and then I'll go package them up and post them. So we'll go do that now. I thought I'd just show you quick, this is my studio background, so it's just a bit of kind of like old studio fabric, and I don't really have the lighting for it, but I use a flash gun and I use an LED light, and I use the window there. And the shed, unfortunately, in a minute is a bit of a tip because I'm kind of halfway through sorting things out, but you get the idea. So we've sold, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, a Don Broker t-shirt, Kelly Hansen, and some Nautica shirt. Not the best of items, but we'll go find them now and sort them out. Last item, I'll show you around the shed actually, because it's quite a nice little design. We've got a bread maker and a radiator in here at the minute, but coming from the studio, walking here, boarded up the walls, kind of done a bit of insulating on my ceiling and over there, just started these walls over here. It is a work in progress. Over here we have sports tops, vest tops, sports tops, so old little Maro and Shamak, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Barcelona, sports tops, that kind of stuff, and I believe in the bottom we've got sports tops too. This, by the way, I don't know how this hasn't sold yet, because it's actually pretty sick. So, someone buy that off me, please. Thank you. And then, over here that I've just got out, we've got t-shirt, polo shirts, but they're out for now, I'm not going to put them back. And then, on the big 2 railings here, it's everything from long sleeve shirts, jackets, jumpers, everything really. They're just, yeah, industrial strength. Pretty cool things at the minute. I'm glad I've got stock because otherwise I'd be screwed. Anyway, let's get.
That you do.
Anyway, let's get these packaged up. This is my Depop drawer. And it's got everything you need to package and write addresses on. Slide that in. Now I used to use black bags, and I used to just sellotape black bag. So I got told off by the post office lady because these bags are actually too big. And I'll tape up this edge so absolutely no air can get in. So I've lost count of steps, just hope you're still following on. All part of the day. My next step would be to go to Depop, go to Salves, find what I've just posted, which is the Don Broco shirt, and then shout out to Lydia Jane from Morpeth, and I'll write that on the packaging. Time to go to the post office. I'm just gonna go get ready to go. I'm pretty much ready, to be honest. I've got shorts and chill stuff on, so I'm just gonna walk down. It's about a half an hour walk to the post office now because I'm not touching buses at the minute. Get a bit of aftershave on for all the old ladies in the post office. Let's go. Can't believe how quiet it is everywhere. I feel so naughty being out, even though it's like essentially my job now. Like, is this essential? There's like moral questions every single day, but like I can't do anything else, you know. If I stop going to the post office to post my Depop fails, which in the long run messes it up anyway. And now I've got no income whatsoever. So is this morally right to do? Probably not, but it's a needs must, isn't it? This is usually the busiest road in Sheffield, or one of. I've not seen a car for a good few minutes now. I'll be back soon. So I'm just walking back from the post office. Still as quiet as ever, but it's been a pleasant walk. I actually saw a few people that I know, and I was just like, oh my god, people I know. Finally! I mean, so cooped up in the house that it's quite nice to get out, to be honest. But yeah, that's phase like 6 of Depop. Okay, so this is the current, oh that's echoey. This is the current setup. We've got background, window 1, LED light, and then a flash on the camera that I'm speaking to, which I'll switch out in a second when I get the mic. So we've got flash gun there, LED light to the left of the camera, natural light from the right. I'll just show you the actual setup for a second now. So you've got our LED over here, backdrop there, natural light, and then we've got a small softbox on the top of the camera as such that will rebound off the wall down to me and give it a nice soft natural light look. And then what I do is I have a timer on my phone, so I press that and then it'll do a 2-second timer and should fire like that. So I'm going to do some modelling now. I'll speak to you in a sec. Also, just another little side note, you don't want to use orange light, you want to use LED lights, natural light. I have a mixture of LED and natural. I used to shoot outside with a little backdrop, but I just prefer being able to grab my clothes and go instead of hanging them up and then having to change constantly. But yeah, don't use tungsten light, it doesn't look really good. God, I'm sweating, it's hot in here. Now I'm going to show you everything. I'm not going to time lapse every single photo that I take today. I'm just gonna finish off this lot, finish off this pile here, and then take you to the editing stage, I guess. Oh, afterwards, I normally photograph the logos and stuff, just so I remember the sizes usually. So I've actually decided against photographing everything because basically my batteries are running out of my flash gun on my camera, so I need to charge everything, so I'll probably do the rest of that later. But you get the idea of
you know, this is my photograph. Everything here needs to be photographed. Everything on that pile there has just been photographed. Now what I tend to do is I go inside, you know, probably get another cup of tea, edit. I edit everything on Lightroom, so I edit a whiter background, make sure everything's cropped to square and everything just looks good and fresh and clean. So welcome to the Depop desk. We'll have a sit down, we're going to go through all the photos. As you can tell, really clean desk. I'm joking, I've literally just moved everything off it. I normally sit here anyway, but stuff there, stuff there, stuff there. I've got 1 fan, 2 fan. It's very hot outside, so let's start editing. So the main thing with Depop, right, is you can't either. I'm gonna turn this off because it's really noisy. Okay, there we go. It's just clean look, basically. You either want to be clean or you want to stand out. So at the minute I'm going for a cleany look. You know, recently I wasn't really photographing that much. If you go to the top where I've been editing, it's all over the place. It's brown, it's green, it's just just doesn't look nice. But you know, things like this. Oh my god, look at those. It looks nice. So that's in the studio. It looks nice and clean. Things like these, you know, it's clean. Or you want to stand out. And when I was in Bangkok, I actually did some pretty cool standy out photos. So things that look a bit quirky, and sometimes you'll get featured for things like these. And if you get featured, you know, you get put on everyone's homepage. Basically, this one here is my probably my favourite Depop picture that I've done or uploaded. It's a pretty cool jacket, and then the background just matches so perfectly. So perfect. So here it is. Opens in camera raw usually, because I shoot raw, not JPEG, bigger file, more to work with. So I look at this, you know, bit more exposure, bring out those whites, bring out the shadows in the background a little bit, but not too much. So I'll normally crop it to where my neck is and where my hands are. So around there is perfect, but it's a bit of a tight top, so that looks a bit silly. I use the dodge tool on things like this just to, you know, kind of get rid of the shadows, but for batch editing I don't really do that, so just going to save that onto the desktop. I do always find it hilarious shooting without cropping, because I get photos like this. So if you don't know, my eyes are really sensitive to light. So when a flash gun goes off, or you know, an LED light, or even the sun, I just have a bad reaction to it essentially. And this is me photographing myself with all 3 of those lights. But you don't see that. You see the crop. So you see like that. But that's the reality, guys, when you're photosensitive and you do Depop. God, I need to shave. People 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks down the line message me saying, I haven't received my item yet, where is it? And I'm like, I don't know. So keep your receipts and then you can briefly post it. But that is all from me. It's been fun. Hopefully I'm going to do some more videos because I'm bored out of my mind. This is just one of my very many side hustles that I do. So hopefully in the next few weeks or so I'll shoot some more. I think I'm going to do a challenge with Kelly today about making some KFC. But yeah, that is my Depop day. I'm not by any means Depop famous or anything like that. It's a side hustle. It makes me a few extra £100 a month, sometimes more if I'm lucky. But yeah, goodbye. And if anyone wants to check out my Depop and send me some money, I'll leave the link somewhere or other, so you can check it out, check out the photos, check out my old photos, you know, just check out what's selling and what's not, I guess, get a rough idea. Highly recommend going into Depop because it's such a little side hustle, especially when the charity shops, car boots, wholesalers all reopen. It is absolutely bliss. You can make so much money by buying cheap selling expensive. It's not even expensive, buying cheap, selling cheap, and you know, you can make so much money. It's great.